Hi, I'm Adam. I'm one of the founders and co-creators of WorkWallet. It's a new mobile app and cloud system that has been specifically designed to reduce risk and improve things like health and safety across a range of different businesses. Mobile technology is a fantastic form of employee engagement because it connects with people at the moment where they are and where they need it. We're never normally more than 6 inches away from a mobile device, and it's normally a very personal piece of technology for us. We carry it in our pockets, we're very attached to it, it's got other forms of our lives on it, our family photos and everything else. So it provides a very clear and personal way of communicating. So by giving that ability to employers to be able to deliver notifications or even to be able to have conversations with people about what's happening on site or anything else like that. It provides a really effective form of engagement for employers to bridge that engagement with their employees. WorkWallet functions by collecting a range of data from a variety of different sources. So we're looking at things like health and safety information, we're looking at things like vehicle tracking and maintenance, employee information and training and qualifications, and we're bringing all of that together, and what we're doing is we're linking up this data in a key way that reduces the blind spots that can often be found when these different sources of data aren't joined up. Predominantly, WorkWallet works really well within industries that have high risk in working environments, so industries such as construction, rail, logistics. These are all quite high risk environments that potentially have things that need to be checked quite regularly, where information that gets delivered to people working on site needs to be accurate and clear and informative and not get buried away in a stack of paper or at the back of a van. So what we're looking at within WorkWallet is how we deliver key pieces of information to people at the right time, at the right place, and deliver it in a way that's actually going to make a meaningful difference to improving safety and reducing risk within these hazardous environments. Within the WorkWallet app, there's a section called My Wallet, which is in essence the user's wallet of information, and this is a huge bank of information. It can be anything from digital ID, range of their training, a range of their qualifications. This can all be approved and verified by their line managers for authentication as well. So you're not just taking people at face value for what they're doing. And really it's starting to create an industry standard where people can turn up on site, they can scan, they can get their My Wallet ID out, shows them a QR code, it can be scanned by the site manager's app, and straight away they've got a range of that individual's information, of their qualifications, who they work for, and all of that is being verified in the cloud through this collection of big data to provide a better way of working and engagement for people. Location services are a really key piece of mobile technology that we look to utilise within the app. So we can tell the app through the cloud service that this employee is going to be visiting these 20 sites over the next week, and what we can do is geofence that location. So when they're within a certain radius, be it a mile, it could be 10 feet or however accurate you want it to be, we can send a notification to that device that tells them that they're approaching that site, and then we can give them contextual specific information about the site that they're visiting at that time. So generally we find that things like risk assessments, for example, they're prepared weeks in advance, they get put in a ring binder of risk assessments, they get slung in the back of the van, and they're just there for the sake of it. And very much we find that there's some really fantastic pieces of information there that are going to make a real difference to people's safety within those documents, and actually the ability to pull out certain nuggets of information of that and deliver it to that person at the time at which they approach the site is the best way of engaging that person at that moment. Designing WorkWallet as a mobile first application and as a mobile first system has fundamentally changed the way at which we've approached various processes. So rather than just saying, here's a risk assessment document or here's some safety information that you can get on the cloud and now you can get it on your phone, we've been looking at things from a mobile first perspective, and that often means that we have redesigned some of the ways that we're looking for people to engage with information, for how they use their phone, for how they access that information. So what we were talking about earlier in terms of delivering alerts or delivering risk assessments to people when they arrive in certain locations, or when or using Touch ID for gaining access onto site or anything like that to verify their identity. Things like that, we've been looking at fresh ways of reapproaching existing processes but looking at it from a mobile first element, and that's really helped us improve the way we think organisations are going to operate and the quality of data that employees are going to get off the back of it as well. One of the main things that we're looking to introduce to improve site safety is the ability for everyone on site to be able to sign in through using things like location services and things like Touch ID, and we are building a iPad version of a site manager app, so at any one time they can see exactly who is on site. This can be verified again through things like location services, so if Joe goes down to the cafe down the road, it can automatically sign him out, and it just means that you've got that better data. So if something like a fire happened on site, you've then got a verified list of people. Also, when you drill down to things like subcontractors as well, you might have someone turn up one day and someone else turn up another day, and you've got no way of really knowing what qualifications this person's got. You know, the chap before might have been fine, but is this new person going to be any different, or have they got some skills gaps that you need to be aware of as a site manager? So again, having this information verified beforehand, having it accessible through the cloud and shared and linked up is going to be a really important process for site managers to improve health and safety on their sites. Systems like WorkWallet will really help prevent accidents in the future by providing better data, better information at the right time, at the right place when people really need it. So rather than it being something that you've given someone a piece of information 2 or 3 weeks ago, it becomes a paper pushing exercise, it's red tape and people are frustrated with it. You can deliver specific, meaningful, contextual information through things like notifications, through things like geofencing, and when people are approaching site, when they're engaging in certain activities, you can deliver that information to them. So it very much helps engage people, it very much helps bring things like risks to the forefront and the meaningful control measures that people can put in place off the back of that. So providing that information and pulling it in across a range of different sources is really going to help inform people and really help them prevent accidents in the future.